All right. So the first thing I want to get a good sense of is how was the first week basically? Was and by that I mean everything like were the recorded lectures okay? Is it okay the way we're doing this class? Do you have any questions about, you know, logistics or how it's working, how can I improve it? Because I'm really dealing with face to face, people who are coming on Zoom, and then people who are watching it recorded. So I just want to hear back. How's it going? Can I improve it in any way? Is there anything you need to make this experience better? What do you think?
I listen to your lectures and all your notes.
Well, there you go.
Good.
All right. How about synchronous online? How's it going so far?
I didn't hear what the other student said. Do you mind repeating it?
Yeah, I mean she basically just said she sits, listens to the lectures, watches the
Mm.
recordings and reads the notes and book and that's good.
Yeah. I think so far it's been good. I watched the lecture after class. I'm just curious, would it ever be like possible to have the lectures before class if we wanted to watch them before, or is that, I don't know.
Um yeah, I haven't really thought about that. Uh
But curious.
I mean, so here's the reason I thought I'd do it this way, and that's just because I don't want people. So like I've had mixed classes before, and some people would show up on the class night, and other people would watch the lectures all anytime, like before the class. And a lot of people who would not be synchronous or in person wouldn't understand when the due date was for things. But
Okay.
I mean, this way, everybody knows, hey, right now's the due date for whatever, the class time is the due date. Um,
Mm.
and I tried to do away with that confusion. I also used to just have week one, week two, week three, but now I have a specific date on the syllabus, just to avoid confusion on that. I'm pretty lenient about due dates, but you know, um, when it's a short class, I don't want people to fall behind or wonder when something's due or freak out if they think they missed a due date. But but yeah, one thing I can do is, I don't know, maybe Wednesdays I can really, open up the class. The other thing is, if somebody watches, like let's say somebody's just watching the recordings and they log on Wednesday, they're not going to have the recording I'm doing right now. So they might watch everything and not come back to it. And then they'd miss this kind of, I would call it a live lecture. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But I did think about when am I going to open up the class. So, but you do have an entire week to watch the lectures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be okay.
Mhm.
Karen, how's it going?
I think it's going pretty fine. Those points you made are really good for why you're, not opening it until I understand now what you're saying about that. And we do have the whole week to watch it, so that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
mean, it like even though this is Thursday, it's not the end of the week. It's kind of the beginning of your week. So you've got till next Thursday, you know,
Right. Yeah.
to watch lectures and complete things and everything like that. So I don't think it makes you rush anymore. So, all right. Um, so the next question is, how did your topics go? And let's just start online. Like Carolyn, I don't remember. Are you working with Karen? Okay, so I can talk with you both. And I think it's okay for everybody to kind of watch this process since we're recording it. And before we begin, um, and we are going to have a lecture tonight that I'm going to record, but anybody who is asynchronous, who's just watching recordings, who needs help with um, refining their topic. You can just make an appointment with me or come during my office hours on Zoom, or I'll make a time to meet with you that's convenient for you. But I'll help you, refine your topic. Part of this class, and you might not be used to this if you're asynchronous, but I'm happy to work with anybody and help them through this process. I like talking with people. So we'll find a time that'll work for you. But all right, so what did you two, and I know you might have submitted it already, but it's good to talk about. So what did you two come up with for some topics?
We were talking about how use of technology seems can impact adolescence. So we kind of narrowed it down last week to treating adolescents suffering from online gaming addiction.
Okay. So
Mhm.
that's good. That's good. And so your topic would you just kind of add like a comprehend because you're going to develop a model for this. So it's kind of going to be a comprehensive model to treat adolescents with online gaming addiction.
Mhm.
So that would be like the topic of your whole final paper, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good. And I might have mentioned this before, but if you're talking about kind of online gaming, there's all kinds of different kinds of online gaming. Like I have had clients who do not feel like they have a lot of friends in person, like in school, but they belong to gaming worlds like World of Warcraft, or where they meet people online and form a community, and that becomes their primary friendship base. And that's good that they have somebody to talk to, but it's very different than friends in person. Um, One of my old professors, David Delmonico, uh, he started talking about working with clients in online worlds. Like, let me give you an example. Like, one of my kids was very quiet, and I'd come home from work and I'd want to hear what all the kids did during the day, but she really didn't talk a lot. But she was really into Minecraft. And so when I was at work, before I left, I'd log on to Minecraft and we had a realm, um, and we talked more in Minecraft than when I came home in person. Uh, and Dr. Delmonico thought you could do the same thing with clients if they felt more comfortable speaking through an avatar, which is kind of a unique way to go about it. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Hmm.
Um, and I think what you'll find in researching online gaming addiction, you'll probably find that abstinence from it is like their solution, but that's not really a solution. Um, so I would recommend kind of looking up treatments for online gambling because it's very similar. So, treatments for online gambling could be applied to online gaming. Because the whole reward system and everything is very similar. It's not money, but you're still like, you know, gaining levels and getting treasure or whatever the game gives you. And not just gambling, but it's got to be online gambling. But it's
Mm,
very similar, and they found that a lot of the treatment also works for online gaming.
okay.
All right, so you're happy with that?
I think so, yeah.
All right, sounds good. What are you and Tara face to face? What are you and Tara doing? All right, tell her not to get a ticket.
To treat impulsivity in adolescents with ADHD.
Okay, an online model to treat impulsiveness in adolescents with ADHD. Okay, so you are going to find a lot of research on that. So I think one of your problems is just going to be there's going to be so much.
There were about 20 some.
Yeah, yeah. And so I guess my recommendation to you would be trying to find like there might be like 100,000 CBT articles, you know, but you want to look at a number of different types of theories, not just one or two. So I think that's how you would kind of delineate the different kinds of articles. See if there's a number of different theories, articles on different theories, so that you could find 3 or 4 successful theories to apply to clients and then cater it to your own model to kind of diversify the theory base. All right. Who else we got? We got Rihanna. How you doing?
Can you hear me? Because I'm on
Yep.
my air. Okay. Yeah, I'm still at work, but I can talk. It's fine. Um, yeah, I've been doing some researching, saving some articles.
Because we talked about yours a little bit, right?
Yeah, we did.
So can you share what your topic's going to be?
My topic is a comprehensive treatment model for women who have experienced codependency and trauma.
Okay. And so you still feel positive about that?
Yeah, why? Am I supposed to not?
No, no, but I mean, you might have started doing research and reading. And you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not finding a lot or something like that. I'm just checking.
No, I mean I have a lot of books too. I know already about that. And I started looking for some articles too. I mainly did the library, but then after I watched the part of the video from the library guy, I started looking on Google Scholar and stuff too. Or your video, your part of the lecture actually, Google Scholar. I've
Okay.
been just getting bits and pieces at a time from the lectures all week.
Yeah, so and for everybody, the trick with Google Scholar is to find the right mix of words to search for, you know? See, you don't want it to be too broad, but you don't want it to be too narrow either. You want to try different combinations of words to search for. And yeah, and so I worked with other professors to come up with the syllabus, but not some of the things in the syllabus are from other professors. So, and hopefully everybody watches my recordings, but so one thing it says in the syllabus is that I think the reference have to be like in the last 10 years or something, but they don't for me And the reason for that is if you only look at the last 10 years, there's like 50 years of different treatments you're missing. And, different treatments come into vogue. So I just like you to have a mixture, have some recent ones and you can have some older ones if you want, but you don't have to stick to only the last 10 years for me. You should have some within the last 10 years, but not all of them. That's fine. So don't worry about that stipulation.
Yeah, I think I know the codependency stuff, I think started maybe in the 90s.
Right. It was big in the 90s. And when that book came out by Beatty, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Melanie Beatty, I think.
Yeah. I wonder when that came out. I don't know.
I want to say maybe her first edition was in the 90s, but she did like an updated one.
Hmm. So
So,
whenever that book came out, it exploded. The whole field.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they did the 12-step program, and there's like a big book of that, almost like the AA book, but it's the Codependence Anonymous. So I wrote down some stuff and everything. And I know I listened to the lectures, but I know it's like basically get some stuff from codependency, get some stuff from trauma, find out the treatments, where they overlap, and then match them up.
There you go. See, it's not rocket science.
I did one because I did sexuality counseling over winter last year. I
Mhm.
ended up doing addiction and sexuality, and then I ended up like doing trauma too because it's like always there,
It
addiction and
is.
trauma and sexuality, and there was a lot of overlap. So I kind of ended up like being like that
Mhm.
anyway, like with the kind of two, well, like three topics and how they like kind of overlapped and tied in. And so I had to do that. And I remember trying to do that with my brain in 4 weeks in the winter semester.
Was
Like,
that with
or
Dr.
yeah,
Gruber? Yeah,
yeah,
she's great. Yeah.
yeah. That was an awesome class, though. Yeah, that was a great class.
Yeah, she's retiring now.
I know. I just met with her. She told me.
Good, good. All right. Well, that's great. So, let's see. All right. So I'm going to stop recording this, but if anybody wants help refining their topic, please get your topic into me if you haven't yet. Okay? Get it in as soon as you can so we can finalize your topic and you can get to work on it. Um, all right, so you can make an appointment, you can come in on Zoom during my office hours, you can come to this class. Yeah, I'll be happy to help anybody. All right.